Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Abingdon-Avon High School and Ron Elby Auto Sales in Augusta and Macomb. Coverage of the Class 1A sectional final tonight between the Southeastern Suns and the Peoria Christian Chargers. I'm Dwayne Hewlett alongside Daryl Ippenson again tonight and Kelly Sears. Guys, been two fun games to watch in the opening semifinal rounds between Peoria Christian and Lewiston. Kelly, you and I saw that. All three of us saw the Suns against United on Wednesday night. This has all the makings of a great contest.
Without a doubt, it's going to be a great ball game. And, you know, as we were just talking just a second ago, the Stevens kid is good, the Hunt kid is good, and you're going to have probably two of the best big guys in West Central, or maybe all of Class A basketball.
Yeah, Daryl, you've seen Stevens a little bit. I don't know if you've actually got to see Wes Hunt or not, but he's a pretty good one too.
I haven't been able to see them, but one of my reffing partners, Wyatt McGrew, had their regional, and he told me they were definitely legit also. So I'm expecting a real good battle.
So the crowd is still filling in. The atmosphere on Wednesday night was electric in here between United and Southeastern. Seems like the crowd right now is a bit smaller, but I'll tell you what, Peoria Christian on the far side has got their side full. The Suns have their lower part full, and now, am I wrong?
Yes.
Oh, it is Suns on the far side,
Yeah.
isn't it? They're both blue. It screwed me up. So the Suns have their side full, Peoria Christian has their side full, and then we get to mix up here behind us. It's going to be loud. It should be a lot of fun tonight.
It's going to be a great ball game. You know, this is what 1A basketball in the state of Illinois, March Madness, is all about.
And it's not often that you get the top two seeds hold their rankings and make it to the championship game. There's usually an upset somewhere, but we've got the top two seeds from the sectional meeting here.
Well, and it wasn't the third and fourth seeds that they saw in their prelim nights. It was the fifth seed and the seventh seed, if I remember right. So there was some upsets, but not at the top. The best, the cream of the crop has risen to the top, or what everybody thought was. Should be a great game tonight here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. We'll take a break and be back and let you see the guys on the court right after this.
We're an 11-bed ER. I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH's coverage, brought to you by Ron Elby Auto Sales of Augusta and Macomb. The Suns are to your left on your screen, the Chargers to the right on the screen, and I guess the Chargers are technically purple, guys, so maybe I'm colorblind. I don't know what's going on. It's been a long week, I guess, but at any rate, the colors of the jerseys really don't matter. The play on the basketball court is going to be great tonight.
Yeah, it's going to, without a doubt, you know. And the big thing, we talked on Wednesday night how we thought the game changer in this game might be Ramsey Fry. And, you know, he's a good player, and I think he's the kid that's going to be the big key, especially for Southeastern. You know, Danny Stevens is going to get his points. There's no doubt about it. He's going to get his 25 to 30, and I think Wes Hunt's going to get his 25 to 30, and it's the other guys that's really going to have to jump in and, you know, take over after that.
Well, a little bit different tonight as we have a sideline camera. We'll get Jason to switch to that real quick, and should be a lot of fun with the sideline camera tonight as we want to make sure that we're getting audio on the sideline camera. We are, so we're good to go there. So John Burton is down on the sideline camera. You'll get to see maybe some dunks if we're lucky, because we've got at least one kid on each team that can throw it down. And Daryl, you're a tall guy, so you probably like the dunk a little bit, don't you? Could you dunk in high school?
Back when I played, we had the Lou Alcindor rule in effect. There was no dunking allowed. It was a technical foul.
So did you jump above the rim and just drop it in?
Well, my hands weren't big enough to palm it, but in my heyday, I could two-hand dunk it standing flat-footed. That was before knee replacements.
I don't know. Kelly, could you ever dunk it? You're shaking your head yes. Is that a true yes?
Yes.
You could dunk?
My problem was I couldn't dunk, but I could take a firm grip and spray my hand up and get the ball in it and I could get it.
So you could cheat and dunk. You could
Yeah.
jump high enough, but you couldn't
Yeah.
palm the ball good
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, I could do a volleyball.
I could touch the rim if that
volleyball
barely.
is a lot easier.
Yeah, I could do a volleyball pretty easy.
Jason's here running the camera tonight. John Burton's on the sideline camera. Miles Hewlett is on the main camera. And that is the main camera right there. So we'll have a good night here as this coverage of the Class 1A sectional final from Abingdon-Avon High School is brought to you tonight by the fine folks at Ron Elby Auto Sales. They're in Augusta and on East Jackson and Macomb. Whether you want a car, truck, SUV, they can get it for you at lbsellscars.com. So make sure you check those guys out. We want to thank Oberlander Electric. You trusted them since 1940. Oberlander Electric has been your electrical contractor for your business, and they're reminding you they'll take care of your residents too, including solar panels. Harness the power of the sun and never pay power bills again. New solar installs typically pay for themselves in just a few years. Call Oberlander anytime, 24/7, 365, and they'll send one of their highly trained electrical professionals. Call 309-694-1468 or visit oberlanderelectric.com. You might have saw during the opening there that I'm wearing one of the fine Barkley Bills Company hats. A hat brand built on two staples, comfort and style, specializing in snapback trucker-style caps. Check out the selection or consider customs to build your own business at barkleybillsco.com. That's B-A-R-K-L-E-Y, so B-A-R-K-L-E-Y, billsco.com. Use code TSSR through tonight and get 15% off. Don't let that hat rack fool you. There's always room for one more. barkleybillsco.com. Wishing good luck to all athletes during your postseason run. So we talked about Ramsey Fry, and Daryl, you're familiar with these Southeastern kids. Ramsey was the catalyst during the time that Stevens was out. He's taken a different role here down the stretch, though.
Tonight might be the night where it really shows up where they didn't have their top player, because they're going to need them other guys scoring tonight. They're going to have to look for their shots more than they did Wednesday night. I think they deferred more to him Wednesday night. I look for him tonight. The other kids are going to have to step up and take their shots when they got the open looks.
You know, here's the thing that I wondered. We talk about Ramsey Fry. The kid from Peoria Christian that could be their wild card, I think, is Gavin Johnson. Do you agree, or you think you got somebody else on the list?
Well,
here's why I say Gavin Johnson, because I see those two, Ramsey Fry and Gavin Johnson, being pitted against each other a lot tonight.
Yeah, but what about Iswami?
Yeah, Ishawumi.
Ishawumi, okay.
Yeah, Ishawumi. Yeah, it's hard to, and we do have our live chat open. If Jason can click up there in the corner, we can see if anybody's in our live chat. We ask that you keep it clear, though. Don't just blutter it with everything. We had some great questions asked on Wednesday night. So you ask some officiating questions, tell your favorite person that you're cheering them on, or whatever the case may be, and we'll have a lot of fun.
Well, I don't want to be remiss tonight. I got to mention one of the gentlemen reffing this finals tonight is Brian Sorrell. He is our assigner for all of us basketball officials for the West Central Officials Association. And Wednesday night, John Walters was one of the officials, and he's also a West Central officials. So we've got some local officials that are working these finals too.
Yeah, there's and that's one of the things. Kelly, I know you spent years grading officials. Officials have spent. Daryl's spent years getting graded. It's an honor to get to do these tournaments, but I know at the same time you talk to certain officials and it's just who you know more than how good you are. But when you're the assigner, you obviously work your tail off doing this, don't you, Daryl?
You better believe it. I don't envy them guys. The last 2 seasons having to try to schedule officials with COVID and everything.
Yeah, that would have been a nightmare. I mean, because and even going into this year where there were teams that were canceled games back and forth.
Hey, Kelly, what are you watching down there?
Oh, little Cotton Bowl, World of Outlaws on Dirt Vision.
So we're doing a broadcast here, so if the score is not right at some point, folks, in the old scorebook, it's going to be Kelly's fault because he's paying attention to the World of Outlaws sprint cars on his phone.
I'm just checking. Some local guys are down there running, and I'm just looking at qualifications is all I was doing.
So we're just a few minutes away from tip-off here. You've been watching the TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH pregame show. Pregame show, as usual, brought to you by JoJo's Gaming Parlor. JoJo's Gaming Parlor offers the best gaming experience in the McDonough County area. Stop in for a cold drink and a chance to take home a nice wad of cash while you're at it. Also on game nights, check out TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Events live on the big screens. Come join your friends at JoJo's, located at 776 North Cole Street in Bushnell, and cheer the Spartans on to victory. Danny Stevens lofting up a tray there. Wes Hunt is walking around and getting ready as well. Stevens, a junior. Hunt is a senior. So as a true competitor, guys, this game is just as meaningful to Stevens as it is to Hunt. All actuality, maybe a little more pressure on Wes Hunt because he is a senior, or does that, at this point in their careers, does it not really matter?
I don't think it matters. I mean, it's showtime right now, and the fans are here. Everybody's ready to go. I mean, what more do you want? If you're an athlete and you're a player, it don't matter if you're an 8th grader playing on the varsity. It's time to go.
Yep.
So the two big guys, you think Ishawumi is going to be the key, might be the key. I think Gavin Johnson might be the secondary key. So we'll see which one of us is right there, but I think everybody agrees that Ramsey Fry, and I think the person that we kind of forget about is Eli Leisman. He really hit the boards hard the other night, and I think that'll be key because, as you mentioned, Kelly, a little bit more height for the Chargers than for the Suns across the board.
Yeah, without a doubt. And, you know, the other thing is when you look at the scoring, Glick on Wednesday night, he hit those first 2 threes, boom, boom. So he's a kid that could also light it up.
He had 6 points in the first 10 and then didn't score the rest of the night, right?
Yeah.
But he did get into foul trouble. So that, Daryl, that might be a key from your officiating side of things. Staying out of foul trouble and staying out of the eyes of the officials are going to be key too, right?
And it's going to be big on your main players to stay out. But
Yeah, you gotta love it when the newspaper or the TV guy just stands right in front of your camera. Yeah, you gotta love it when the news guy thinks that he stands right in front of everybody. So we apologize about that, folks. Getting ready for the tip-off here. It'll be Hunt and Stevens tipping it off tonight. Stevens is going to win that tip, and it comes tipped right back to him, and the Suns have the basketball first. Three on the way by Stevens. It barely gets rim. Ishiwumi is going to take it back the other way. Harassed by Fry. It goes out to Johnson. Back up top to Hunt now. Down low it goes to number 23, McClendon. He gets the first 2 points for the Chargers. And that's the first bucket he's made, Kelly. And we didn't see him get involved until way late in the game the other night.
Yeah. He hit the boards hard, though.
A 10-second violation on the Suns is, Daryl, they were deliberate, but a little too deliberate.
A little bit of nerves, I believe.
Folks, we can't see the live chat as well tonight, so we'll have to get to that as we can, but we'll do that on breaks and so on, so feel free to hop in there. Again, don't fill it up with useless stuff if you don't mind. As Persinger's going to drive, throws one up. It goes through Stevens' hand. Rigg comes up with it, and Stevens is going to go back the other way now. Again, at the point, Ishiwumi's going to pick him up, and they fall back again, Kelly, into the 2-3, but they are extending it tonight.
Yeah, they're moving it out a little bit. You know, I look to see Danny Stevens moving inside a little bit. Daryl said he's played outside quite a bit.
He is down at the post now, as we've seen that a lot. He'll break the press, and then against the zone, he'll be down in the post probably, I would imagine. Ramsey Fry with the basketball as we are 2-0. Peoria Christian with the lead. Glick has it right side to Stevens. He's going to drive, goes to Hunt, spins, and he's going to get called for the travel. A turnover after having the ball for about 30 seconds, and with 6:25 to go, the Chargers have a chance here to put it to a double-digit advantage, or a two-basket advantage, excuse me. Ishiwumi with it. Hunt to McClendon. Hunt guarded by Stevens. We'll see those two matched up against each other all night long, I would imagine. Persinger, that's Malachi Persinger out there. Ishiwumi now, Katan Ishiwumi. As again, Coach Persinger said after the game, Kelly, they don't want to slow the pace down, but they did it against Lewiston. They're doing it tonight again.
Yeah.
Three on the way by Hunt is good. Wes Hunt hits the three. And Danny Stevens has got a lot of press here, guys, but Wes Hunt is going to make a statement himself, it looks like. Glick with it as the 2-3, after they get across half court, they fall right back into that 2-3. The shot is good by Eli Leisman, and the Suns are on the scoreboard, and then Ishiwumi has it down. Johnson, left side, Persinger for three. It's in and out, no good. Stevens had the rebound tipped around. McClendon comes down with Ishiwumi now. His shot's off, no good. McClendon with the rebound, a foul, but two shots going to come for McClendon. And a foul's going to be on Owen Rigg, his first, team's first. First one coming for McClendon is, man, how on earth did that roll out?
It was in and out, wasn't it?
It was. There's a good look at McClendon. after the foul. His first free throw was in and out. Second one is good. Makes it a 6-2 lead for the Chargers. Ramsey Fry and Glick passing it back and forth. To Stevens it goes. He breaks. Tip to Leisman. They're going to call a foul before the pass. It's going to be on the Chargers. Going to be on Malachi Persinger, his first, team's first. And we neglected to point out, Persinger, just a freshman.
That was a foul that actually saved the basket, because that was definitely going to be a basket by Leisman if he hadn't fouled.
Glick, Ramsey Fry now. That's a moving pick a bit there by Leisman, but no call. Rigg to Fry. 2 on the way by Stevens. Picked up by Ishiwumi. Persinger's going to push it back. Now Johnson, back to Persinger. Out top to Wes Hunt, and he gets hammered. They didn't call the foul, but he made the 3, and it's 9-2. The lead for the Chargers. 4:15 to go. Owen Rigg had a look at the basket, didn't take it. Goes to Stevens. Stevens shot off, no good. Rebound by Leisman. He puts the shot up, off, no good. And Stevens is going to go.
Whoa!
A jump ball charged to possession will go to the Chargers. There's a turnover, go back the other way.
Oh.
And then a turnover goes back the other way.
Off his foot.
The Chargers got that jump ball, and we are under the 4-minute mark. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, and be back right after this.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adams Experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Every day, we walk through these doors, not knowing what waits. It's not easy, but we do it every day because our mission is you. Providing you compassionate care and providing you the best possible patient experience. McDonough District Hospital.
Welcome back to Ron Elby Auto Sales of Macomb and Augusta coverage of the IHSA Class 1A Sectional Championship from Abingdon-Avon High School. As we have 3:51 remaining here in the first quarter. It's 9-2. A slow start, Darryl, for the Suns.
Kelly and I were just talking. I think if they continue to press, they're going to throw the ball to Stevens and let him bring it up on his own.
Johnson is going to bring it across. He'll give it to Persinger. To Hunt. Hunt's going to try another 3 top of the key, and he nailed it. That's 3 threes for Wes Hunt, and he is making a statement here early in this sectional championship game. Ramsey Fry with it now as the Suns down by 10 here early in this one. Owen Rigg with it far side from Leisman. Now to Glick. Kelly, they're not going to get any easy looks at threes, are they?
No, they are not. They got that 2-3 really extended.
And we talked about how hard it is to skip across this 2-3 zone as well. Ramsey Fry looked for Stevens, couldn't get it down. And Ramsey Fry's got to look at a 3. He'll take it and he'll nail it. Ramsey Fry gets his first points of the night, and it's a 12-5 game. Ishiwumi has it tipped by Glick out of bounds. Possession stays with Peoria Christian.
They get the ball up the floor quick.
They're very good in transition.
Persinger with it. 2:30 remaining, and then a travel.
Good call.
Ishiwumi went, I think he wanted to jump stop, and then he took an extra step afterwards.
Yeah, he definitely shuffled the feet.
Tried to go between two defenders and didn't know what to do.
Glick with it again. Skips it across to Fry. To Glick. Leisman now, baseline, left side. Skips it out to Fry. Fry's going to take another three, and he can hit it, and he will. Ramsey Fry stepping up here for the Suns early in this one. Cuts it to a 4-point advantage for the Chargers. There's Johnson, Gavin Johnson. We talked about him in the pregame as well. Ishiwumi, that's the guy that Kelly thought was going to be a key for the Chargers. Going to go left side to Persinger. End of the game is Adam Pepper. He played a pretty good game for them and Johnson is going to throw one off the backboard, and the Chargers fans wanted a foul, but I think that's a good no call.
You're not going to get bailed out when you go in out of
And
control.
Wes Hunt just rejected Stevens. Now, having said that, Stevens not in the best shooting position or from location there for that one.
A little off balance.
And shot it from about his shoulder instead of getting up and shooting it up high. Out to Glick, left side to Leisman, down the corner to Fry. And Ishiwumi with the steal. He'll go back the other way, and it's blocked from behind by Ramsey Fry. Ishiwumi comes up with it again. Skips it out to Johnson, and this has got excitement written all over it. There's all kinds of momentum changes and excitement levels from both sides here early in this one. We're under a minute to go in the first quarter. Persinger going to give it to Johnson. Back to Persinger. They surely are not going to hold this for one shot, are they?
I would guess they're not going to do a shot unless they got a layup or an open three.
Ishiwumi picked up by Owen Rigg. Ishiwumi still out there, 30 seconds now. He looks to drive, right side to Persinger. Down the corner it goes to Hunt. Hunt's going to loft up another three, and that's long. It's an air ball, but Pepper is there. Johnson with it. Now it's going to be knocked away by Stevens. Back to Johnson. Now Ramsey Fry gets it knocked away. Now Glick gets a steal. Back to Fry from behind is Hunt. 10 seconds remaining. It comes to Rigg. Down in the corner to Leisman. 5 seconds. Glick for three. It's an air ball. And that's how the quarter's going to end. We'll keep it here at the break, 12-8 at the end of the first quarter of play. And we'll keep it here. Is there really only one foul apiece?
Yep.
Man, that's not a lot of fouls called in this one. This game on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, brought to you by Mudd Insurance Group. They specialize in insuring homes, autos, farms, farm equipment, small businesses, boats, wave runners, ATVs, motorcycles, along with special events and much, much more. Call Mudd Insurance Group, 217-842-9200, located at the four-way stop in Bowen, or go to their website, www.muddinsurancegroup.com. Live life knowing you're covered. And Barkley Bills Company, a hat brand built on two staples, comfort and style, specializing in the snapback trucker style caps. Check out the selection or consider customs to build your business at barkleybillsco.com. Use code TSSR through tonight for 15% off. Don't let the hat rack fool you. There's always room for one more Barkley Bills Company hat. Check them out at barkleybillsco.com. Wishing good luck to all athletes during your postseason run. So it will be Suns basketball to open the second quarter.
O'Neal's in for Glick for Southeastern.
Kyle O'Neal seeing his first action. And guys, as we settle down a little bit here, it seems like to start the second quarter, all Peoria Christian early. Suns come back. Feels like it's kind of settled in now to be a good ball game.
Yeah, I think Southeastern had a little nerves early, but, you know, the longer you play, the easier it gets.
Darryl, we talked about this the other night for the referees. That chaotic start to that game Is that easier to get the referees involved, or is it harder to get going and make a constant kind of game for the referees too?
No, you want to let them play through as much as you can. It's advantage, disadvantage for the most part.
There's an inlet pass to Stevens, knocked away. Leisman from the free throw line, off no good. Stevens tipped it, couldn't get it to go in, and it's rebounded by McClendon. And then Owen Rigg is going to pick up the foul on Gavin Johnson. And with 6:51 to go, that's the second on Rigg and the second on the Suns here in the first half. Persinger's going to get it to Johnson as we're chance to make it a 3-possession game here. Again, it was a 10-point lead, 12-2 at one point. Johnson nearly had it taken away by Ramsey Fry. Now Hunt has it as Stevens tried to three-quarter him and got beat, and Hunt gets the bucket. That's 11 points unofficially for Wes Hunt. O'Neal skips it back to Fry to Stevens. Stevens pull-up jumper, good from the right elbow, and it's back to a 4-point game. Johnson's going to drive, and they're going to call Ramsey Fry with the foul on the floor. It'll be his first, team's third. I tell you what, if Johnson's going to get that foul call all night long, he'll do that all night long.
He'll go right to the hole.
Again, the inbound here. We take a look at John's camera down underneath the basket. Persinger goes to Hunt. He's picked up by Leisman this time. Leisman's on McClendon. Or excuse me, Stevens is on McClendon. And now they're going to switch back. Under 6 minutes to go here in the first quarter. Persinger. Pepper now. I don't think we saw all night the other night where McClendon, Pepper, and Hunt were all in the game, did we?
No.
And there's Hunt with a little bit of a runner to fall, and it's a 16-10 game. They're doing exactly what you said. They're going for height, aren't they?
Yes.
Now a skip to Leisman to break the press. Pull-up jumper from Stevens is long from the free throw line. Rebound to Pepper, and Johnson will push it back the other way for Peoria Christian. McClendon to Hunt, and Hunt gets another bucket. Is that 15 for him already?
Wow.
6. Yep.
3 threes and 3 twos, and Stevens now is going to get it across to Ramsey Fry. It's back to an 8-point advantage, 18-10. Glick with it clear out at the half-court stripe. 4:35. Stevens is going to put up the jumper again. That one's off. Leisman with the rebound and the putback. It's off, no good. Tipped by Fry, picked up by Leisman. He's going to spin, and it's going to be a jump ball. Possession to...
No, foul on Johnson.
Really? Yes, it is. A foul on Johnson. That'll be his first, team's second. I thought that was a jump ball for sure. 3 on the way by Glick. It's good.
Needed that.
Cole Glick stops the bleeding for the Suns, and it's a 5-point game. Back to 2 possessions. Now the pass down low to McClendon. Stevens comes in, takes it away. He's going to push it back the other way. He's going to go to the rack. He's fouled, and Wes Hunt's going to block it, but they're going to say it was a foul on the floor either way. So it'll be out of bounds to the Suns. Foul on number 21, Adam Pepper, his first, team's third. Glick inbounding to Ramsey Fry. Again, our live chat, we'll talk to you folks a little bit at halftime, but the way we're doing the cameras tonight, it's hard for us to see the live chat like normal. 3:50 to go here in the first half. Ramsey Fry to Glick to Stevens. Stevens is going to drive now, puts up the shot. It's up and in. for Danny Stevens, and it's a 3-point game. 18-15, 3:40 remaining. Persinger's going to try and drive on Glick. He does find an avenue to lane, and then he got laid out by O'Neal. And a foul and a bucket. That's going to be a bucket for Pepper, an old-fashioned three-point play attempt. And a foul is going to be on 0. Eli Leisman, his first, team's fourth. And this is a mask break, so we'll take a break as well and be back on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
And welcome back to Ron Elvey Auto Sales of Augusta and Macomb coverage of the IHSA Class 1A sectional final here from Abingdon-Avon High School. And Daryl, in the last game we had a conversation about the mass timeouts or the COVID breaks and whether they were needed or not needed. And you said off air that this was one that came at the right time for Southeastern.
Exactly. This is one that he might have burned a timeout because of what was going on. But because this was the COVID mass timeout, he didn't have to burn a timeout.
So the old-fashioned three-point play completion coming here for Adam Pepper. 5-point lead, trying to make it 6, and he does. You know, the team that made all the free throws the other night is kind of doing it again.
Yeah, I think Wes Hunt had 11 free throws the other night.
Yeah, they were 17 of 24 in the fourth quarter against Lewiston. Glick open for 3. He'll take it, and he'll make – no, it's in and out. I thought sure that was in, and it bounces out, and it's a chance to make it an 8 or 9-point lead for the Chargers now. Down to Pepper it goes, skips it out to Hunt. He'll try another 3. That one's off. Rigg, a good job of boxing out, gets the rebound, and it'll go back the other way. Now to Stevens, who nearly slips. Goes to Leisman. Leisman's jumper, an air ball. McClendon is there for the would-be rebound. And now it's going to be knocked away, and it's going to be off of the Chargers, possession to the Suns. And everybody on the Suns side agreed with it. I don't know if anybody on Peoria's Christian side agrees with it or not, though.
I didn't see it. I couldn't tell.
It was the bar was right in the wrong spot for me, right where it was at. But this is a huge possession. I think every possession now until you can kind of stop this run and kind of get control once would be nice for the Suns, wouldn't it?
Yeah, they, in the style of basketball they're playing, with a very slow down game, you can't get behind very much.
And Danny Stevens tries to take control, and he gets the left-handed layup to fall, and a nice spin move around Hunt, and it's a 4-point game again. Hunt going to drive, dumps it across to Johnson. He'll take the 3 left side. It's long. Stevens gets the rebound on a great job of positioning for the junior from Southeastern. McClendon was there, but it went just a little longer than he thought, so it allowed Stevens to get in there. Fry's going to pull up over the top. He gets his own rebound. How does one blue jersey, shorter than all 3 guys in the white jerseys, get that rebound?
That was the hustle and desire.
1:35 remaining. Stevens again is going to drive, pump fake, puts up the shot, it's good. And Danny Stevens gets stepped on, but he gets up and he needs a break, he says. He just grabs his shirt, wants a break, but I don't think they're going to get one. Coach Ufkas is screaming right now, I think, right at Danny Stevens. He's looking right at him saying, we need you to stay in here, kid.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to get a break.
1 minute to go as he's on Hunt still. And a great student section for Southeastern is making some noise now as it's a 2-point game. This is as close as it's been since the tip. Pepper's going to drive, dumps it out to Johnson, 50 seconds remaining. Ishawumi waving people that nobody's moving. I think he was just trying to fake out Glick there with the wave. And Ishawumi still on the dribble now. He gives it to Hunt, and Stevens will come out and guard him. And Stevens steals it away, but it goes right back to Hunt, and then Leisman's going to get called for the foul. And man, sometimes when things go your way, they go your way. Stevens, and it just rolled the wrong direction and went right back to Hunt. Wes Hunt, though, who can shoot free throws as well as Stevens. These two have put on a clinic so far here in the first half, and he was 11 of 11, I think, in the fourth quarter the other night or of the game, and he starts with making one there. It's a 3-point lead now as O'Neal checks back in. Leisman's going to take a seat for the Suns.
He's the guy you don't want going to the line.
That's for sure.
Yeah, you're not going to want him or Stevens, either one, to go to the line at the end of the game.
Second one is good as well. 31 seconds on the inbound. Ishawumi nearly with a steal there. A little lackadaisical on the passing, as now it's going to be knocked away, and they're going to call, that's going to be on Pepper. It's not going to be on Hunt, I don't think. It is on Adam Pepper, and I think the thing that it looked, everybody was yelling because they thought Hunt was going to, I think Pepper had a hand grabbing from behind on that one.
Yeah, it looked like it was going on Hunt.
Yeah.
And Hunt got lucky.
So Glick's going to inbound with 22.8 seconds remaining. A 4-point game. Stevens for three, nailed it, a 1-point game. 10 seconds remaining. And we talked about the other night how it was electric in here. It's getting that way right now. If you love Class A basketball, you've got chills right now. Owen Rigg with a steal, but it's not going to count. The basket's no good, but a great end to the half for the Suns, who were down by 8. They go into the locker room down by 1. This is Ron Albiato Sales coverage of the Class 1A sectional final from Abingdon-Avon High School. You're watching TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
We're an 11-bed ER. I pride myself on every day that the patients get what they need and see a physician when they need it. We want them to be headed towards the road of recovery when they leave here. I feel like we have nurses that care so much. We're more than a team. It's a family, and we want what's best for the patient.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adam's Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Well, we were camping, and then I got a phone call from my neighbor and said that we got hit by a storm. He said, "You better come home because there's no roof." He said, "I look up and see the sky." He didn't know what you were going to do, where you're going to go, but Country Financial took care of us.
We anticipate something that we hope never happens, but when it happens, we are there to make good on our promise.
And we're back here to Abingdon-Avon High School. We're going to look through the chat. We said we wouldn't get to see it too much. Malachi Barker, thanks for watching. Betty Fry watching from Washington. Pastor Tom Spains watching from Plymouth. Nathan Kindle. Adam Pepper has 9 and 5 off the bench for PCS, or had 9 and 5 off the bench. He does deserve some talk, Nathan. You're right. He's got some. I think we've given him some tonight. Dante Drake's watching from Charleston, Illinois. He was on with us on Wednesday night. A lot of updates. We appreciate Dante checking in with us. Rudy's watching us. Rudy's here, ready to gain some game impressions for my coverage in the Eagle Scribe. So Rudy is still writing for the Eagle Scribe, so make sure you check out what Rudy has got to say. Danny Gaming's Peoria Christian. Going to win by 20. I think there's that might have looked that way at the beginning, but I don't know if it's going to stay that way. Lindsey Callaway says the Callaways are cheering on the Suns from St. Louis. It's 9-0 East St. Louis in the first quarter against Glenwood. Thank you, Dante. Dana Smith is listening from I-90 in Washington State. Go Suns. Yeah, they're a couple hours behind us, I guess. So Dana was probably listening as she was driving home in rush hour traffic or something. Jerry Taylor's watching in Wyoming, watching for the Suns. Connie Corder watching from Plymouth. Michael Callaway's watching from St. Louis. And Bailey Sullivan says he's watching from Canaan's apartment. So got a lot of people watching tonight. We were up over 500 people just a few moments ago. And Kelly, we talked several times during this sectional tournament that these teams haven't had a lot of people scoring, and we thought that they needed to change that. Neither team has done it here in the first half so far.
Without a doubt. Peoria Christian, Adam Pepper with 3 points, Wes Hunt with 17, and Darren McClendon with 3. And for Southeastern, Eli Leisman with 2, Cole Glick with 3, Ramsey Fry with 6, and Danny Stevens with 11. So you got 3 people scored for Peoria Christian, 4 people scored for Southeastern. And, Danny Stevens did not score in the first quarter. And he's kind of taken it upon himself, I think, in the second quarter that, hey, you know what? If we're going to make it another game, I'm going to take it on my shoulders and I'm going to do it.
Yeah, Tim Kincaid says a good finish for the half for the Suns, but points out Peoria Christian's a pretty talented squad. And as we said, the height advantage, I think early especially, gave the Suns some problems.
Yeah. McClendon's the type of kid that don't score a lot of points, but he beats on you on the boards.
Heather Kerfman says, come on, Southeastern. Brody Cordell is watching from Colchester. QHS versus Normal, 16-13 late in the second quarter. Thanks, Tim Kincaid, for that update. So QHS apparently beating Normal, I think, 16-13. And QHS, a huge win the other night on the last-second layup, right, to beat a team that hadn't lost all year.
Yeah.
And they've got 3 freshmen that are major contributors, so Quincy High's heydays may be back for the next several years with 4 freshmen playing varsity this year for them.
Yeah, you don't see that a whole lot when you're big schools like that. But if you do that and you still win as freshman, you're probably, if you continue to work, and that's the thing in this day and age, I think both of you could contest to this, but Kelly's a former coach. You can be good at a certain age, but you need to keep working, right? You can't ride on your laurels, so to speak.
You're absolutely right. And in this day and age, there's really no reason for a player not to be able to improve himself. And I hate to say it because I'm as old school as it gets, but the days of the driveway baskets are almost gone because every kid's on an AAU team, every kid's doing this, doing that, but I'm still old school. Hey, go shoot them free throws out in the basket, get your buddies, play one-on-one, and the players around you learn how to play with them. Sometimes when you go on that AAU team, this is my opinion, you play with better players, but you're not playing with your players. That's exactly right.
Nick Crowe says Liberty leads route late in the second quarter, 18-14. PCS math teacher Jennifer Sullivan is joining us. Thank you, Jennifer. She says, let's go Chargers. And Brian Mast says, can you tell me why they still have the mask breaks? We had that question last time. It's because it's mandated by IHSA. It was mandated at the beginning of the year. And Daryl, nothing's changed. They didn't change the mandate.
No.
And probably you said because they don't want to change the way the flow of the games went this year, right?
And as Kelly reiterated, and we talked when in the second quarter there, the coaches have learned how to use the mass timeout, because I almost bet you Southeastern would have called a timeout there in the second quarter when he made that basket and had the three-point play, because it was mass timeout. He didn't have to burn a timeout. But it is mandatory by the IHSA, minute and a half. First dead ball, 4 minutes and under.
Well, I started calling it a COVID break quite a while ago, even when the masks were on, and that's literally what it still is at this point without the masks. But Denise Souter is watching from Clover Drive, and we've got a lot of people jumping in. It's awesome to see everybody talking to us in the live chat. The live chat stays on, so if you have a favorite player or your grandson or your whatever the case may be, say hi to them, say you're cheering for them, and let them know, because they'll be able to go and watch this game for years and years to come and see who's cheering. And I guess we should get the scoreboard set to the third quarter, shouldn't we? As we get ready to go here from Abingdon-Avon High School, as the halftime is over and we're just about ready to go. Under a minute left, and it will be Chargers basketball, I do believe, to start the second half. And it will be Ishawumi. So momentum going into the locker room, guys. Southeastern's first possession, a very big deal for the Chargers here.
Absolutely.
I think without a doubt.
And Johnson's going right to the rack, and he gets a quick bucket. Johnson helps him answer, 25-22, and Glick will bring it up. And again, the 1-3-1 trap press. And it looks to me like they have changed the person in the middle of that press. Ramsey Fry, baseline jumper, good for the Suns. They had Hunt in the first half in the middle of that 1-3-1, and now it's Johnson.
No, he's always been on the side.
Oh, has he? I thought when I looked earlier it was Hunt in the middle. My apologies.
He's playing in the same position that he played in on Tuesday night.
So he's playing on the far side, or near side before, far side now. 25-24, 7:12 to go. Lobs it down. Stevens steals it. Leisman comes up with it, and back to Stevens. Now to Ramsey Fry, and a chance to take the first lead of the game for the Suns here. Owen Rigg, and this is the first time they've had a possession that wouldn't require a three to get a lead. They had a chance to tie it a couple times with a two, but I'll tell you what, it's been a fun game here late in the second quarter especially, and we're in the third quarter now, and it says overtime, so obviously the thing got switched, so I'll switch that real quick, folks. I apologize. And it's going to go back the other way. Suns basketball. And there we got everything fixed back up. Ramsey Fry going to inbound it for the Suns. 6 minutes remaining. Cross to Fry. He's going to push it. Leisman in the corner. Stevens now. Ishawumi on him. And again, it's still 25-24, a chance to take a lead for the Suns. Stevens with it. He's going to be fouled. No shot. They're going to call it on the floor. Foul is on number 20, Ishawumi. Katan Ishawumi, and his first, team's first of the second half. Ramsey Fry into Stevens. He brings it up. Going to give it back to Fry. Left side to Glick. Stevens going to drive on McClendon. Pull up jumper baseline. Off short. Tipped around. Leisman comes down with a pump fake. Has it blocked. Goes back. Puts it up off the glass. No good. Stevens with the rebound and the put back, and he's going to be fouled. He'll shoot two. McClendon's going to get the foul, I do believe. It'll be his first. It is on Darren McClendon. He's a freshman as well. So a couple freshmen in the starting lineup for Peoria Christian. But he gets his first foul, second of the half for the Chargers. And Stevens at the free throw line, a chance to tie. And it rolls in and out.
Wow, that's rare.
So still another chance to tie here. And he hit it. We are tied. First time we've been tied since zeros. Very, very early in the basketball game. Ishiwumi dumps it down to Hunt, who missed the shot, and they're going to call Rigg on the push of Ishiwumi, I do believe, and that'll be the third on Rigg. This lineup inbound play that the Chargers do. Now it's stolen away as Ramsey Fry went in and stripped it away from Hunt. Stevens came up with it. Fry, three, left wing, it's long. Leisman with the rebound and the putback, and it's good. For the first time tonight, the Southeastern Suns have a lead. 4:42 to go in the third quarter. Ishiwumi's going to drive on Rigg, bounces it back out. And a lot of noise coming from the far side of the gymnasium now, guys. And Rigg's going to pick up his fourth foul.
No, I think that's on Glick.
No, it's not. It's going to be on Rigg. They called him with a push, with a body block. And O'Neal checks in. Persinger down to Ishiwumi. Johnson wide open on the far side. They didn't skip it to him.
It's a very interesting inbounds play. I've never seen that run.
Yeah, they ran it all last year, our last ball game.
Persinger for three. It's long. Rebound tipped away, picked up by Stevens. Stevens goes to the rack. They're going to say a foul on the floor. And I think you can see here, guys, the mindset. Fouling before he gets to the basket if he looks like he's got an easy layup, right?
Yes. That's Gavin Johnson's second.
Second on Johnson, third on the team. Ramsey Fry inbounds it to Glick. Back to Fry. Fry looked at the three, couldn't take it over McClendon, so he'll back it out. 4 minutes to go. We'll have a COVID break, and then Ishiwumi knocks it out of bounds, and we will take the break right now. We'll be back here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, right after this.
Needling is where you insert a filiform needle into a muscle, a tendon, a ligament, sometimes a bone, and it promotes blood flow and circulation so that it heals that particular painful area.
And welcome back to Abingdon-Avon High School. Game being brought to you by Adams Experts. Looking for top-notch local computer sales and repair services? Call Adams Experts in Quincy at 217-214-3423 for fast, friendly, and affordable assistance. We make technology work. That's Adams Experts. Your go-to when your computer goes down. And it will be Southeastern basketball after the ball that was tipped out of bounds and the COVID break. This third quarter has been a lot different than the first half, it seems like.
Yeah, without a doubt.
Ramsey Fry with the basketball for the Suns. Glick as the 2-3 is extended still. Ishiwumi is on the bench for the first time. It's funny, the farther the ball goes out, the more they extend that 2-3. They don't let them ever have any relaxation, do they?
No. And just knowing where Danny Stevens is.
Short on the shot by Stevens, rebounded by Johnson, out to Hunt. He's going to dump it home. A dunk for Wes Hunt, and we're knotted at 27. Ramsey Fry is going to break the press with a dribble, goes to the rack. Fadeaway jumper is good for Ramsey Fry. Not as exciting as a dunk, Darryl, but just as effective, right?
You're darn right it is.
Ramsey Fry gives the Suns the lead again here in the, boy, he is really close to that half-court stripe. Persinger now after the handoff from Johnson. McClendon pushes off, and I'm going to call that on Ramsey Fry. How is that not a push-off, Darryl? McClendon clearly pushed Glick to get some positioning. I mean, I know you're letting him play a little bit, but at some point there, you got to call those hands down low on the offensive player too, right?
I was about ready to say that before. I think what happened is Brian was making his movement from one side to the other, and he might have got blindsided for a half second there and didn't see the push-off.
McClendon ties it from the free throw line. There is something to be said about being able to watch from up here.
Yeah.
You can see a lot from up here that you can't see down there, and I understand that.
Yeah.
Leisman skips it out to Glick. Glick can't get the three. Johnson closes in a hurry. The run and jump worked to perfection there to stop the three. Ramsey Fry goes to Glick now as we're knotted at 29. We're tied at 25, 27, and 29. Stevens goes to the rack. His shot's off, no good, but Ramsey Fry is there for the, oh no, Kyle O'Neal, excuse me. 32 Kyle O'Neal with the putback.
Got to be ready to do them weak side rebounds.
1:52 remaining, and the Suns back up by 2. They've led 3 times now, but that's the biggest lead they've had is 2 points. It's been a Suns lead, a tie, a Suns lead, a tie, and now a Suns lead again. And a timeout on the floor is going to be called by Peoria Christian, a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here for this timeout. Tell you this game is being brought to you by Ramsey's Financial Services. Ramsey Financial Services Incorporated is dedicated to providing excellent service with a competitive premium for all your insurance needs. Whether it's life, farm, crop, auto, home, business, or health, give us a call at one of our 7 locations in Bowen, Carthage, Nauvoo, Macomb, Bushnell, La Harpe, or Monmouth. Good luck to all area teams. That's Ramsey Financial Services. Possession belongs to the Suns, I do believe, after the timeout by the Chargers. Persinger has it now as they do the 3-man handoff weave, running down some clock at the top. We saw him do this at the end of the first quarter as well. Now Persinger's going to drive, lofts up the shot, and it goes in. Tied at 31. Glick working to get it across now. They're going to skip it, and Leisman can't get high enough to grab it, and a chance to retake the lead for the Chargers. Persinger has it tipped away, but Pepper's going to go out and grab it. Hunt with it now, under a minute to go. Down to McClendon. No shot. Foul on the floor, I believe, is going to be on Leisman, but we'll see.
I think it's an O'Neal, isn't it?
Is it? I don't know. Couldn't tell if they called it from behind or it is on Leisman. He grabbed him from behind, I thought.
You know,
I think they fouled him on both sides.
The big thing what they're doing now is they're pulling Danny Stevens out from the paint, and they're just mismatching with McClendon on the inside.
Now the pass was Wes Hunt made the mistake. He got up in the air and didn't have anybody to pass to, and Ramsey Fry was there. Stevens is going to drive. Goes right at Hunt. Can't get the shot to fall. Leisman with the rebound. He'll put it back up and in.
What
Eli
a big
Leisman.
rebound. Big rebound.
We mentioned before the game, guys, Leisman on the offensive glass was going to be huge, and he's been that so far as they take a 2-point lead again.
Prime example, you don't have to be the biggest player to get the rebounds. You got to have the will and get the position.
These are two fantastic basketball teams, though. They complement each other very well. They're well coached, and they're a good group of kids, it would appear. I've not seen any arguing, really anything from these kids in either of their games thus far. Now down low, a steal as McClendon finally comes down with it. That's going to end the quarter. No basket at the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll take a break here on CSSR Game Time Live, presented by MBH. 33-31, Southeastern with the lead.
Every day, we walk through these doors, not knowing what waits. It's not easy, but we do it every day because our mission is you. Providing you compassionate care and providing you the best possible patient experience. McDonough District Hospital.
Fourth quarter getting ready to start here from Abingdon-Avon High School for Ron Elby Auto Sales of Augusta and Macomb. Coverage of the IHSA Class 1A Sectional Championship. A chance to play in the Super Sectional. And it didn't look like at the beginning of the game it was going to be this way, but it's all that we build it to be and a little bit more right now.
You know, the big thing that's impressed me in the third quarter, Wes Hunt had 2 points, Danny Stevens had 1 point. Everybody else has stepped up and played.
And that goes for both teams, right? McClendon had a good quarter. Eli Leisman, Ramsey Fry had a bucket. Everybody, just like you said, some other people need to step up, guys. You both called it at halftime, and you're right thus far. I would bet, though, when it comes down to it, one of those two guys are going to play the difference at the end.
You're exactly right.
So Glick with it now as we're down to under 8 minutes to go. The Suns with the lead. Stevens is going to drive, goes right at Hunt, pump fake, puts it up left-handed, and it's good. The first bucket since his 3 at the end of the first half. And Danny Stevens has opened up the largest lead of the game. Can you believe you're saying that at the fourth quarter? It's 4 points for the Suns. 10-point lead in the first quarter for the Chargers was the largest lead of the game. They led by 8 in the second quarter, led by 1 at the end of the first half. They trailed by 2 at the end of the third quarter, and the Suns have now opened it up to a 4-point lead. Wes Hunt with it now. Ishawumi. We haven't called his name much here in the second half, though. He's going to drive, and there he goes, just as we said it, and he gets the bucket to fall. We thought maybe at the beginning of the night the crowd wasn't as big, and a big steal by Ishawumi. And he's going to lose it, get it back. It's going to be blocked by Stevens. Rebound by Persinger. Glick's going to get called for the foul, and Persinger is going to have 2 free throws coming here with 6:49 to go, and the freshman with a chance to tie it from the free throw line.
Once again, that was a foul I would call a good foul, make him earn it on the free throw line.
Well, Persinger is going to get a chance to do just that. 5 fouls for the Suns. He makes the first, 3 in the half for the Chargers. Now, Kelly, you and I have talked about this on numerous occasions. There's only 3 fouls on the Chargers. This is a very close game. They get down the stretch. Those not having any fouls is the first one, or second one's off no good. Not having any fouls can hurt you.
Yeah.
So we'll see if that plays a role as we move along in this one. It's a 1-point game as Ramsey Fry picked up his dribble out past the 10-foot line. Glick with it now. Ishawumi was there. Now he's going to go to Stevens. Stevens on the dribble. Out to Ramsey Fry. Ishawumi, when the ball's outside the 3-point line, he doesn't care how tall or how big you are. He's right in your mug, isn't he?
Yes.
I think he's kind of picked up on where they're passing the ball, too, because he's come close to stealing it a couple other times.
Down to Leisman on the baseline, to Glick, right wing. Now Fry. So he's going to direct a little traffic here. As Ishiwumi and Persinger change sides. Ramsey Fry going to give it to Stevens as they maybe do a little isolations for Stevens. Pump fake, puts up the shots, off no good, gets his own rebound. Pump fake, and he's fouled by Wes Hunt. (35-34). Stevens is 1 of 2 from the free throw line. Wes Hunt is going to pick up his first foul. Team foul number 4, and 2 free throws coming for Danny Stevens, the junior from Southeastern High School. First one is no good. Uncharacteristically struggling from the free throw line. A chance to get back to 50% here, and he is. A 2-point advantage for the Suns with 5:47 remaining. Persinger, right side to Johnson. He has it knocked away by Fry. He gets it to Hunt. Hunt down to Pepper. Pepper's going to drive, dumps it out to Johnson. Out to Persinger. Johnson for 3, right wing. It's off, no good. Long rebound to Pepper. Pepper goes to Hunt. Pepper has done a good job of being in good spots so far tonight. He doesn't have a lot of points, but he's done a lot of good things for the Chargers.
Yes, he has.
Got a mismatch.
Johnson, a long 3, top of the key, off no good. Stevens with a rebound.
I was surprised Hunt didn't take Fry down because he had a mismatch.
Well, I think that we saw some of that the other night with Flynn on Stevens. Just because you've got a height mismatch doesn't mean you can get to the post. And Ramsey Fry is a scrapper. You're not going to just back him down without a fight. Ramsey Fry with it. Ishiwumi. Stevens now as we're down to 4:30 to go. Leisman. Now to Fry. I was saying earlier we thought it was going to be a smaller crowd. There's people standing behind us tonight. Stevens is going to drive, and he's going to pick up the foul, I think on Persinger. Nope, it's going to be on Johnson. That'll be Johnson's 3rd. Team foul number 5. McClendon is going to check back in, and Pepper's going to take a seat. You know, something we haven't seen in the second half, I don't think, is the 3 big guys, McClendon, Pepper, and Hunt on the floor for the Chargers.
No, we haven't.
Glick, O'Neal, as Rigg is still on the bench with 4 fouls. Ramsey Fry going to take a little air out of the basketball, as Kelly likes to say. Stevens with it now. He's going to drive baseline again. Going to go to the rack. Dump it out to Glick. Back to Stevens. Now baseline again. Goes to the rim. Pull-up jumper. Good for Danny Stevens. They are not cutting the baseline off to Stevens at all. Johnson with his team trailing by 4. Backs it out, sets up the offense. Persinger with it. Ishiwumi. 3:30 remaining. Johnson to Persinger. Picked up by Glick. Boy, he's got some skills with the basketball, doesn't he, for a freshman? Ishiwumi now. Ishiwumi, a junior, and a timeout on the floor. Going to be charged to the Chargers, but it's going to be extended to the full COVID break. But it's a 30-second timeout charged. We'll take a break as well and be back here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
And welcome back to TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH, coverage of the IHSA Class 1A Sectional. As the Suns and Coach Brett Ufkas down there talking a mile a minute, Coach, as a coach, you're as excited and worked up probably as the players right now, right?
Without a doubt. Look how red his face is. I mean, he's been going. They probably can't even understand him. He's talking so fast.
The next question is, will he be able to talk when he comes up to talk to us later? Will he still have a voice left? Daryl, the officials tend to get together in these situations. What do you guys talk about?
Same thing that you would expect us to. We're talking about the situations, coverage, clock awareness, all those things.
Very similar to what the players have to think about, right? Clock awareness being a huge part of the game now, as it's a 4-point game. And we're going to call a foul, I think, on Stevens as he got in contact with Hunt, but we'll wait and see. No, it's on Glick. It's the second foul on Glick, 6th foul, so the Chargers will be in the bonus the rest of the way. Johnson goes to Persinger, now to Hunt, picked up by Stevens. He's going to put up the shot. It's maybe partially blocked. Ramsey Fry with the rebound. I think on the dribble drive, advantage goes to Stevens, but I'm not positive yet. What do you guys think?
I think Danny's faced it more maybe than Hunt has had to, with multiple players on him.
Right now, Stevens has the ball. He dribbles down, breaks the 5 seconds, and then gets the ball back. Ramsey Fry now back to Stevens. As we approach the 2-minute mark, a 4-point lead, and this is the largest lead of the game, and Ishawumi is going to pick up the foul. That'll be his second. It'll be Southeastern basketball. Pepper is going to check back in for the Chargers.
Both teams
will be in the bonus now, the rest of the way. So we talked about needing to get some fouls, Kelly. They've got them now.
Yes, they're right there.
Right where you want to be at this point.
And you see the ball in the hands of the player they want it in.
Stevens back to Ramsey Fry. I bet those two are going to play two-hand touch with the basketball about right now, aren't they? Ramsey Fry picks up the dribble, gets it to Stevens. Right out in the corner. He's going to drive around Hunt, pulls it up, gives it to Ramsey Fry. The other three guys might fall asleep.
No, Leisman can sneak in behind him for an easy layup.
Pepper came out and tried to draw a foul, I think, and Hunt's going to come out. Okay, Hunt's going to get the foul. Stevens is going to get the one in bonus, but I'm going to say something here, and the Southeastern fans may not like it, but Danny Stevens does the whole flop. Oh my God, I got hit every time he gets touched trying to draw a foul. From my perspective, if I'm an official, you're going to get fouled pretty hard the next time before I call that. The first one is good. Kelly, what do you think? And then we'll ask.
I agree with you, and it goes all the way back to the old Farmington days where those guys used to call the Farmington flop.
Second one, good. No, it's off. It's a 5-point game. Daryl, how hard is that as an official to keep an eye on that? Timeout called by the Chargers. It'll have to be a full. He's taken both of his 30s. We'll keep it here. Let's get back to that, Daryl. You watch those guys, they're trying to draw the foul. But they're maybe trying to foul, but you can't let the flop be the foul, right?
You don't want a flop to be a foul, no, but you was asking me what they were talking about before the last time out. I guarantee you they were talking about how many fouls each team had, know the situation. You pretty well knew that they were going to foul because they didn't want any more clock to be run off. And we would always say to each other, let's get that first foul, let's not make them hit them hard.
Yeah, or make them hit them a second or a third time, right?
Right.
So the timeout being used to full advantage by the Suns again. And now a timeout's going to be called by Coach Brett Ufkas. A full timeout. We'll take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH and be back right after this.
MTC Communications is building a high-speed fiber network in our community, and we're putting priority on the areas with the greatest interest. That means we need your input to let us know you want us to build fiber in your area first. Experience the speed and convenience of fiber internet by visiting our special website and registering. Let us know you want fiber internet today, and make your voice heard.
Here we go. Hey, here we go. We're back. Everybody's got their headsets off. It's getting warm in here, so everybody takes their headsets off every time we take a break. It's your head starts to hurt, your ears start to hurt, and it's warm in here. But we talked about after Ufkas taking that break, gives you a 2-minute break there. Good for both teams, probably.
Without a doubt. And the big thing is that what you got to be prepared if you're Southeastern. If they score here, you got to have your press breaker set up because you know they're going to be getting after it.
And a little trouble getting it in early. Jake Croxton sending me some messages and says that a 3 on the way by Johnson, off no good. Stevens with the rebound.
Big rebound.
And Jake is saying that he thinks, there's the foul if you got it. Yep, there it is. He knew that was coming. Yep. He says he thinks it's Peoria Christian struggling offensively more than Southeastern's defense causing the problems. What's your guys' take on that?
I agree with Jake, and I don't agree with Jake much, but I will agree with him on that.
Darryl, what's your take?
I think it's a little of both. I think Southeastern doesn't get credit for as good a defense as they play sometimes.
Owen Rigg, 1 in bonus, off no good. Rebound to Ishiwumi with 1 minute. 1 minute remaining. 5-point lead for the Suns. 3 on the way by Ishiwumi is an air ball. And it's going to be hit, saved in bounds, but Stevens is going to come up with it. And Coach Ufkas is going to take a 30-second timeout. We'll keep it here with 47.5 seconds remaining. And it's hot in here.
Yes, it's very hot, and this is 1A basketball at its finest. I'm telling you.
It's like goosebump. It's goosebump basketball, isn't it?
We've missed this for the last 2 years. And in all honesty, reffing this year, even though people are allowed to come, for the most part, we didn't have packed gyms at the games. People were still reluctant to go, but this is what it's all about.
Yeah, and, I think everybody from Augusta and Bowen are here tonight.
The Bears are rooting for the Southeastern Suns from Florida. There's all kinds of stuff in the live chat. I'll try to hit it after the game, folks. I apologize. But here we go. As the Suns have to get it inbounded now. And they will get it to Leisman finally. And Leisman's going to throw it away. And it's going to stay with the Suns. It's Ishiwumi.
Very fortunate there.
Just luckily for the Suns, stepped on the baseline as he was trying to save it. Go over the top, to Stevens. And he's going to break it, and he's going to be fouled by Johnson. And I'm going to give Johnson credit there. He knew he had the foul, but he didn't foul him hard. He reached up and got just enough to get the foul. And that's a spot where Stevens is running away from you. You're going to try to do something crazy sometimes, and he kept his head. Timeout on the floor, charge to the Chargers. We'll keep it here. As I imagine, we'll get another timeout or two as we get down the stretch of this, at least one more. As this game is being brought to you by the Watering Hole in Augusta. Hey, if there's any folks from the Watering Hole watching tonight, get on our live chat. Let us know you're watching. Better yet, tweet your seat or Facebook your seat. Tag TSSR Game Time Live from wherever you're watching, folks, on Facebook. Like our page and tag your seat. Let us know where you're watching from in a photo. We'd love to see that. You got 40.8 seconds left and an absolutely fantastic ball game to do it. Game, as I said, being brought to you by the Watering Hole in Augusta. And Ron Elby Auto Sales with locations in Augusta and East Jackson Street in Macomb. With 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales can find you your car, truck, or SUV that you need. Go to lbsellscars.com to get a car to fit any one of your needs. And Danny Stevens, the last one in bonus of the game here. Here we go. It's going to be Stevens one in bonus. It's good. And it's a 6-point game. And guys, this is huge here. If you can get to a 3-possession game with 40 seconds left, it's a pretty good bonus.
Without a doubt.
And he does. The All-Stater to come at least gets it to a 7-point advantage for the Suns. Wes Hunt, right side to Pepper for 3. It's long. Ishawumi saves it to Johnson. Johnson for 3. It's short. Wes Hunt goes off. That goes off a Glick.
Yep.
Yeah. That was Pepper. And Pepper is crashing the boards right now for the Chargers. 26.2 seconds remain. Ishawumi into Persinger for 3. It's off. Stevens with the rebound. And he's going to be fouled. And the junior, a chance to pretty much ice this one now from the free throw line as the Southeastern Sun fans are feeling it. Over on the far side of the gymnasium, you can see that our camera down there on the baseline picked up some of the crowd cheering, and it is packed in blue on the far side. Danny Stevens, 2 free throws. First one is good. He was 2 for 4 in his first 2 attempts. He's hit 3 straight since then, and it is a 42-34 game. Make it 43-34, largest lead of the game for the Suns with 20.6 seconds remaining. And it will be Chargers basketball. Wes Hunt now is going to bring it up the floor. He'll put up the 3. It's short. Rebound to Stevens. Persinger's going to foul him again with 11.4 seconds. And Stevens is going to have a chance to add a couple more here from the free throw line. And this one, guys, is pretty much all over at this point. It's all about what the final score is going to be. 43-34, make it 44-44. The first double-digit lead of the game for the Suns, and it comes with 11.4 seconds remaining in the fourth quarter. Second one is good as well. 6 in a row down the stretch for Danny Stevens. And we're under 10 seconds. Johnson for 3, 10-foot line, short again. Stevens with another rebound. And that's how it's going to end. The Southeastern Suns are going to go to the Super Sectional as they defeat the Peoria Christian Chargers 45-34 here at Abingdon-Avon High School as they go through the handshake line. A tough break as it was close throughout, but the free throws down the stretch for the Suns mean the difference. As we will have the trophy presentation in just a moment. The bleachers on the far side have people going all over the place. They are pumped. The Southeastern Suns are the sectional champions. As coming out to get the trophy is number 11, Riley Weinberg. And the Southeastern Suns are going to go to the Super Sectional, and they'll get a chance to cut down the nets here at Abingdon-Avon High School. We'll take a break as well and be back with some more coverage and final stats from Abingdon-Avon High School for tonight's sectional championship, 45-34. The Suns win. We'll be right back.
Every day, we walk through these doors, not knowing what waits. It's not easy, but we do it every day because our mission is you. Providing you compassionate care and providing you the best possible patient experience. McDonough District Hospital.
When my parents told me they'd be using Adam's experts, I felt a bit replaced. I mean, they always called me to remove their viruses or get their printer connected to Wi-Fi. He even set up their new Roku.
How do I adopt a new son?
But then he taught me a few things. And now, we're like tech brothers.
Adams Experts. Repair, maintenance, and setup for all your home technology needs.
Welcome back to Abingdon-Avon High School and Ron Albee Auto Sales. Coverage of the IHSA Class 1A Sectional Championship game. Dwayne Hewlett, Kelly Sears, Daryl Impinson on the microphones, John Burton and Miles Hewlett on the cameras, Jason Hewlett here helping us, and our numbers were good tonight, folks. We greatly appreciate it. And I'm going to try to go back through here and figure out where we left off and say hi to some of the folks that we missed. Corey Poore and Kip Ramsey watching from Edwardsville, Illinois. Bobby Cleason says good go Suns. Kinda Leone, I think, says we're happy you were able to watch. Dante Drake says East St. Louis 28, Chatham Glenwood 17, as they're getting ready to cut down the nets and everybody is cheering and throwing hats and everything else here from, that was at the half there. Linda Simpson was watching. Lori Smith cheering on the Chargers. She's a math teacher as well, Mrs. Lori Smith, so thanks for joining us. We're sorry we didn't get to you sooner. Got some folks watching the Chargers from the mountains of Arizona. Alex Yokub. Lynn Watkins is watching. Michelle Neal. And there's a whole bunch more, folks. There's just so more. I did see a lot of people. There's Jeffrey Clampett watching from Carthage. Reminds me of the 1992 team I played on. Go Suns. Make our old superintendent proud. Terry Robertson, who we lost earlier this year. So a lot of great messages here in the live chat. I'm sorry because of the way we were doing things tonight, just couldn't keep up. But we've got both coaches, I think, going to come up and talk to us, I hope. We'll probably have to wait a little while for Coach Ufkas to get here. But as he's getting interviewed down on the floor by the TV, and we'll give that to them because they got to get back to Peoria and be live by 10 o'clock or so. So we're taking a break. I had to take a break there for a second, folks. I apologize, but as Coach Ufkas is getting down there on the TV interview, they're going to cut down the nets. We'll let you see that. Kelly, while we're doing that, let's go through some stats.
Okay, for Peoria Christian, Persinger had 3, Gavin Johnson with 2, Ishawami with 2, Adam Pepper with, he ended up with 3, Wes Hunt for 19, Darren McClendon with 5. Eli Leisman with 8, Cole Glick with 3, Ramsey Fry with 10, Danny Stevens leading scorer with 24 points, and Kyle O'Neill with 2. And the difference of the halves, Wes Hunt did not score in the fourth quarter. Danny Stevens did not score in the first quarter. And that's kind of the way the ball game went.
I want to point out one thing I just saw. We talked about Mrs. Sullivan, or Miss Sullivan, math teacher. She got on here and said, despite not getting the outcome I hoped for, I'm so proud of my kids. Way to go, PCS. Former teacher, you know that feeling, right? I mean, you're a coach too, but as a former teacher, you watch your kids, and you have like a special bond with your kids, don't you?
Oh, without a doubt. And, you know, a lot of teachers, the first thing they talk about when the kids come in, especially in small school sports, is that, hey, Dwayne, watched you play last night. Man, you did a great job. And the whole school is buzzing because of that.
Pastor Spain is watching still. A lot of blue down there on the floor, guys, and this is a feeling, cutting the net down is a feeling that you'll never forget, right?
Well, without a doubt. Stepping up, cutting down the nets. You know, whole communities here, Daryl. Like you said, there are people at the ball games that you hadn't seen out in quite some time.
Absolutely. And I'm sure back in Augusta and Bowen, the places that were carrying the games were probably packed too with people. And I know there's a lot of people that was watching it at home. By your viewership, we had a lot of people watching.
Yeah, I saw at one point 645, so we'll know at the end of the broadcast. But our live chat was, I'm sorry we didn't get to talk to you more throughout the game like we had in a few other games because we had multiple cameras going tonight. But I absolutely love the fact that you guys were all active in there. I appreciate everybody watching, and we're waiting on Coach Ufkas and a few other people to come up and talk to us. And Kelly, I know that rebounding was the key. We said that Leisman was going to be important, and he was huge. And Kyle O'Neal's only 2 points came on an offensive rebound and a putback.
Well, the big thing is when Kyle O'Neal was the shortest guy on the court, the ball, it was over the basket. He caught it, and Danny Stevens and Wes Hunt were both there, and it never did come down. He went right back up with it and got the 2 points. And that was at a very pivotal time where it was just a 2-point ball game.
Absolutely. That's why I said every coach I ever played for said that rebounding is not about being the biggest or jumping the tallest. It's getting position and wanting to get the rebound and knowing where the shot's going to come off.
Yeah, and he did a great job. And, hats off to Southeastern Coach Ufkas. They did a wonderful job tonight. And the big thing is they came out a little slow, but like I said, the fourth quarter and the first quarters were just reversing the ball game, and that's the way you want it because they came out with a big win tonight.
Ramsey Fry cutting the net down, and that's something I've never got to do. Kelly, you've got to do it, obviously. Daryl, you probably got to do it when you were a kid, or did you guys do it back then?
Unfortunately, both of my teams, we got beat in the sectional championship game, so we didn't get to cut the nets down. And you never forget that.
No, we had state championship, and yeah, you don't forget that.
Do you still have your piece of net?
No, I think the last time I was at the school was in 1987, and they were draped over they didn't cut the nets up. They draped them over the state championship trophy.
So I know it's a lot of fun. We've got photos of everybody, or Miles is down there getting the chance to see everybody cut stuff off the net. And
Kelly and I was talking on the break at halftime. Honestly, if I wouldn't have looked up and seen the score was a 1-point game, I told Kelly it seemed like Southeastern should have been down 10, 15 points. It just felt that way by the way the game started. So, heads off to them that they withstood the storm at the start and battled back and made it a 1-point game, because it really, to me, felt like they should have been down double digits at halftime.
That late run in the first half and the three by Stevens at the end of the first half to cut it to a 1-point game, I think was not the deciding factor, obviously, but it was a huge deal. I thought maybe Johnson's layup to start the second half might get them revigorated, but I think you go look back at the game. Ramsey Fry's 2 threes in the first quarter, which kind of got them when they were down by 10, and then the 3 at the end of the half by Stevens was kind of what brought them back.
Yeah.
And Kelly, you've said it numerous times when you and I have worked together, that this game is so different with the 3-point shot.
Oh, without a doubt. And it's like Daryl spoke earlier that they didn't have the 3-point shot back when we played. And the thing about it is that it is a game changer. And it turns a 3-possession ball game into a 2-possession ball game. And, the big thing is the 3 will bring you right back in a ball game that you thought you were out of.
So if you're a Southeastern fan, don't take off. Coach Ufkas is coming up, and John's actually going to try to grab Ramsey Fry and Danny Stevens to come up and talk to us as well. And a player that we have talked about a little bit that we haven't talked to that we probably should is Eli Leisman.
Exactly.
He was, we said at the beginning of the game that his rebounding would be important, and he was huge on numerous points tonight.
He had a ton of offensive boards, a lot of offensive rebounds.
I think that how many points did Leisman end up with?
He ended up with 8 points.
And I bet 6 of those were offensive rebounds and putbacks.
I think all of them were.
I think so.
Liberty defeated Route 39-28. Southeastern versus Liberty in the Super Sectional. There's a couple teams that know each other, right?
Yeah.
They played a 4 overtime game earlier this season. It was the second game after Stevens was injured, but Liberty also had 2 of their main players out at that time too. So both teams will be playing each other with everybody healthy and ready to go.
And you know, we've talked about this, and you probably get tired of it, but you know, we're trying to fill a little bit of time here as we wait and get everybody up here to talk. When you miss those players in the middle of the season, it stinks, but I think it makes you stronger in some respects, right?
Oh,
and maybe in this game, when it seemed like that they should be losing, they were going back and building off of that to get them through in this game, I think, early.
Well, like I said earlier, in the third quarter, Danny Stevens had 1 point and Wes Hunt had 2 points. So that's when those other guys, when Hunt was hurt, when Stevens was hurt, those other guys were stepping it up, and they stepped up in the third quarter, especially the guys from Southeastern. Great job. And
Ramsey Fry was pretty big tonight.
Right.
Yeah. He didn't have 30 points, but what did he end up with, 15?
10.
10, is that all? Seemed like he had more than that. They were at big times.
Well, he had those
2 threes in the first quarter, right?
Then he had 4 points in the third quarter.
All right, we're going to take a break here on TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH. His coach Ufkas has made his way up here, and we will be right back right after this.
MDH has committed to having a top-notch OB-GYN unit.
The new facility, the Dolores Cater Schweitzer Women's Center, this is a quality facility that the patients need to match the quality of care.
And then we also have a new clinic, which is state-of-the-art.
And here at McDonough, we have a team. And everybody feels like they're a part of the successes that we have.
We have a strong team in our office and in labor and delivery. You will get the best care at McDonough District.
All right, we're back here with Coach Brett Ufkas from the Southeastern Suns, and we were just talking that the first half was not typical of the Suns, but you guys found a way at the end of that half to get back in it, and then it was just a dogfight the rest of the way.
Yeah, I thought early we come out kind of timid. You know, it's a different environment for our kids. We haven't won a sectional in 30 years, so it's a little bit different environment. We had to get the flow of the game and the feel of our bodies, you know. And I thought we were a little passive with Wes Hunt early on offense, but I thought Ramsey Fry knocked down a couple big threes to kind of get us settled in and let us know that we could compete with them, you know, and have a chance to win the game.
Well, we said last night that Ramsey might be the wild card, and he didn't score a ton of points. He only had 10, and I say only 10, but I think they were 10 points that came at the most important times for you guys.
Sure, and I mean, number 4 is Johnson is a fantastic guard, and Ramsey did a great job on him. Normally we switch a lot of screens, but we thought with the matchups tonight that Ramsey was going to have to stick with that kid because of the way his ability to penetrate, and he's strong and finish at the rim. And you know, maybe he only scored 10 points, but what he did for us defensively and controlling the pace and running the offense and allowing Danny to play off the ball is, you know, reaps dividends for our team.
Well, offensive rebounding, and I think that one of your unsung heroes is Eli Leisman, and he was a force on the offensive glass tonight.
Yeah, that's what we talk about with Eli all the time. He's the garbage man. He's got to get the rebounds. He's got to do the dirty work. He's got to get us extra opportunities, because we always talk about points per possession. How many times did you have it, and how many points did you score? And every rebound he gets is another possession. And you know, he's an excellent second jumper, so you know he can get points off it. And I thought collectively as a team that we rebounded better than we have the entire season. You know, you got Danny Stevens, and sometimes we just assume that, you know, Danny's going to get every rebound. But the kids tonight, we talk about rebounding outside your body. You know, go get the ball, and I thought we did a great job of that, especially late to get, you know, them to foul us and us to the free throw line.
Well, they're down taking your team photo, and you're not in it. I apologize for that, but
that's all right.
Liberty got the win tonight, so you get to see Liberty again.
Yeah.
two teams, it's amazing. Two teams so close and see each other so often suddenly are seeing each other all the way into the super sectional.
Yeah, that's a fantastic roster. That's one of the best 1A rosters, maybe athletically, that I've seen around here in a long time. They can do it all. They got shooting, they got size, they play pressure, they execute on offense, they'll guard your full court. I mean, it's a tough matchup for us, but we're going to put a game plan in and go there and see what happens.
Well, Coach, I know that Keith Yex probably wants to talk to you, so I'll let you get off of here. If you get down there, send Danny Stevens and Ramsey Fry up here and Eli Leisman if they want to. Congratulations on a big win. Good luck next week.
Thank you.
Coach Brett Ufkas talking to us here on the postgame show. I'll get out of your way, Coach. And, guys, he
Congratulations.
Had a lot of great things to say and things that you would expect a good coach to say, right? And a lot of great kids down there on that floor right now.
Without a doubt. And you know, the thing about it is what some people don't realize is that this may only come around in a coach's lifetime one time. So you better soak it all in. The kids better soak it all in and better enjoy it.
You know, we were talking about how things changed in the second half, and I think what really helped, Kelly, and I think you and I agreed, the other players besides Stevens decided to take the shots when they had them in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Granted, some of them was on rebounds, but Ramsey taking the threes when he was open, the other kids willing to take their shots when they had them and not just depend on Danny Stevens completely.
Yeah, and you know, you're absolutely right. Those kids really stepped up.
We're still waiting on some of the players to get up here, but this celebration thing might last a long time, so I'm not in a hurry to leave. I hope if you guys want to take off, I understand, but I'd like to have you guys maybe ask those kids some questions too, because they played an outstanding game tonight. Really, from top to bottom on this roster, everybody that played did something good tonight, I thought.
Oh, without a doubt. And, you know, as Coach Ufkas said, you know, the other night when we were talking to him that, hey, everybody does their part. We're a team. Everybody takes care of their part. And, you know, that's a big thing where, you know, and especially coming from a small school. These guys, you know, you get in a big school, you may not even have a class with any of your other players. These guys have probably most of them been together since first grade, kindergarten.
Yeah, they've been together a long time, and they know each other well. They know their idiosyncrasies. Am I saying that right? So,
yes.
So but when you lose or you win, you're going to see that person the next day, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you know, the big thing is just picking up the ball when you're in the fourth grade and playing at recess with the same guys when you're a senior in high school is a lot.
Yeah, it means a lot. And you've seen that for years, right, Darryl?
One of the things I noticed this year, and we talked about as officials when we look at the game rosters, there was probably the fewest number of seniors playing in girls and boys games that I did this year that I've ever seen. And I think we kind of said there were players that were last year juniors, didn't get to play much, so they decided the heck with going after senior. Thing I liked about Southeastern here, you had a senior in O'Neill that doesn't get a lot of playing time. He stuck with it. He got an important rebound basket. But the other thing was, who'd you see grab the plaque for? It was number 11, a senior that never even got into the game. But he's on the team, and he'll always be able to say he was on a sectional championship team, won't he, Kelly?
Yeah, you can see the seniors down there right now. You know, it's a big game, huge win, and you know, as a coach and a player, you savor this one tonight and get to work on it tomorrow. And for Coach Ufkas, it might be 12:01
or 11:01 if he gets back in time, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So
there might even be a practice on Sunday, Kelly.
Well, I will tell you that a lot of places, a lot of schools make exceptions when you get this far.
I know when I played, we had our only practices were on Sunday when we made our extended postseason run.
Yeah.
And if I remember, our pastors for our churches understood it and even said a prayer for us that day at church.
Yeah, everybody's still here, still hanging around.
Yeah, as I look out here amongst the crowd, I'm from Bowen, Augusta area, born and raised there, went there, so I know a lot of these people, but as I'm saying, I'm seeing quite a few people here tonight that I haven't seen in a long time, so that tells you how important it is to the communities.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Sorry, I stepped away for a second to yell at some kids. You probably heard me yelling my big mouth off the microphone. Yep. Danny's coming. Ramsey's going to come up. And if you want to yell at Eli Leisman, number 0, have him come up as well if you would. John Burton is up here trying to track down people for us, but we'll get some of these guys on camera. Here comes Danny Stevens. Give me this microphone. You guys want to hop over here and talk to Danny too?
We'll stay in the background.
Okay. Danny, come on over here. Stand right here.
Congratulations.
Stand right here if you would, Danny. So we're going to look at the camera. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Danny Stevens here, and Danny, this game, you took control. It seemed like a little bit at spots. 1 point in the third quarter, but the rest of the team stepped up for you, didn't they?
Yeah, it can't be a one-man show, and that showed tonight. I couldn't make a shot. Some of my teammates couldn't make a shot there for a little bit, but we kept fighting. We got offensive boards, offensive putbacks. Played great defense there in the second half. We just got up on them, made them feel uncomfortable, and we put them away there.
Well, you uncharacteristically 2 for 4 at one point from the free throw line. Then down the stretch, you hit 6 straight. What's your mindset as you get down to the end of the game, knowing that you need to start hitting those free throws again?
The first part of the game was just all nerves. So nervous out there. First big game like that for me. But there in the second half, started settling in, feeling more comfortable, feeling more like myself, and we pulled it out.
Well, everybody talked about this game, Wes Hunt and you. Kelly Sears pointed out that you were struggling at the beginning of the game. Wes was on fire in the first half. The fourth quarter belonged to you and the Suns a little more. I guess that's the quarter you want to win, right? If you're going to do that.
Right. Credits to him, he was on fire there at the beginning of the game.
So maybe one of your tougher matchups with a player that people think is like the same caliber. We hear all the time, Danny Stevens is an all-stater. Danny Stevens is a D1 prospect. Wes Hunt's a pretty good ball player himself,
he is.
though, isn't he?
He had a great game. He was, some of those threes were pretty contested. He nailed them.
The 1-3-1 press that they have, you played the middle kind of at half court trying to get a pass into the middle. You broke the press some on the dribble, and then you fall back against the zone. You fall back to the post. Is that a difficult transition for you?
Yeah, especially, it's a zone. You can't, we're definitely better against the man because, driving and kicking is our strength, but zone we gotta slow down and just, it's more X's and O's. We really gotta tear them apart.
You looked like you liked the baseline tonight. They were giving you the baseline. You take the baseline and get one step back in and get some good shots. Once you found that, did you feel like that was how you could get yourself back into the game?
Yeah, Coach Ufkas, he was telling me before the game, take them baseline because, they play their zone so far up. Just take them baseline, and, it's just one-on-one with the guy in the middle.
How big was the 3 at the end of the first half for you and then for your team?
It just gave us that confidence that, hey, we're right there. We can still do it.
Well, we got a couple guys up here to talk, so I know you've still got a bunch of fans and friends down there, so we'll let you go. Congratulations on a sectional win, and good luck next week.
Thank you.
So we'll get Eli Leisman or Ramsey Fry to come in here next. Whichever. Eli, come on in here. Eli Leisman is going to stop in here and talk to us for a minute. I know that when everybody talks Southeastern, it's Ramsey Fry and it's Danny Stevens, and then Eli Leisman is the guy that, as Coach Ufkas says, the garbage guy, gets the rebounds, gets the putbacks. It seemed like at different points tonight you were dominating the offensive glass. How important do you think that is to your game?
I think that's pretty important because offensive rebounds kind of let us have more extra time on our offensive end. So that's just how important it is, in my opinion.
So some people would think, well, Ramsey Fry is going to score 20 when Danny's not there, and Danny's going to score 20 or 30. It's not fun to play when you don't get a chance to score. What is it you find exciting about this team and that offensive rebound and those putbacks that keeps you coming back and makes you play hard all the time?
Just the effort that the team lets out, and the coaches and all of that. I like our bench. They hype us up pretty good, and it's just fun to play with them. I love these guys. I've played with them since 7th grade.
So you're not a short kid, but they had some height tonight, but you were down there. How important does technique become in a situation like that for you as a rebounder?
Very, very important, because you definitely don't want those people getting rebounds, because honestly, if I didn't get the rebounds I did, I don't know if this game the outcome would have been the same, to be honest with you. So that does have a big part for real.
What's this like for you, a sectional champion, first one in 30 years for Southeastern? What's it like for you personally?
It's pretty awesome. We've been wanting this for I don't know how many years now, and as Ufkas says, we broke the curse finally, and we're ready to go.
Well, Eli, we'll see you on the football field again next year?
I'm a senior.
Oh, you're a senior, aren't you? So we won't see you again.
Yeah, I wish.
What was football like for you and Coach McCormick and the rest of the crew? What was football with West Prairie this like, an 8-man?
Oh, I love football. It's one of my favorite sports, and I only played it 1 year. And I loved all the kids that we played with and all that, and I only knew them for 1 season, really, and I became friends with all of them, really, and they were all nice and fun to play with.
Well, we appreciate you coming up here and talking to us, and we'll get Ramsey Fry. He's Ramsey's like the celebrity in our live chat. You know that,
yeah,
so you can
yeah.
give him a hard time about it.
I've seen the chats, believe me.
His grandma and his aunt are watching from Washington. So
oh yeah,
yeah. The Friday thing came up on Wednesday night quite a bit. So make sure you give him a hard time at school tomorrow.
Oh,
okay?
I do.
Okay. All right. Eli Leisman stopping and talking to us, and we'll get Ramsey Fry down here. I guess there's no school tomorrow since it's going to be Saturday, right?
I wouldn't go say anything.
Yeah, well, I knew it as soon as I said it. I was waiting for one of you guys to say something. Is Ramsey Fry is going to come up and talk to us. Now, before we start here, I was giving Eli a hard time saying that you're like you blow up our live chat with your family. You forgot to say hi to somebody last time that I interviewed you.
Who was that?
Your aunt, I believe.
Aunt Dana?
Yeah, you said hi to Grandma Betty, but you didn't say hi to Aunt Dana.
Aunt Dana, I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry. Grandma Betty, hi.
So they were both watching tonight. I think Aunt Dana was watching from I-70 or something like that. She was on her way home at the beginning of the game. Or she was listening, not watching. Let's clarify that. A couple big threes for you. We've seen you since Danny's came back. You haven't scored a ton of points, but your game tonight, defense was huge, and then your baskets, though you didn't have a lot of points, they were at huge points in the game.
Yeah, when I hit those threes, it motivated the team, and that's when our defense started to pick up. Wes Hunt, I don't know how to guard him. Danny, everybody was up in his face, including Danny, and he shot right over him. So once he cooled off and our defense started to play out, then we started getting control of the game.
Now, Danny is a pretty good ball player, obviously. Yeah. Wes Hunt's a pretty good ball player, too.
Oh, yeah.
Does having Danny at practice help you against a guy like Wes?
Oh, yeah. Being able to contest Danny helps a lot when you play another 6'8" guy, but they're really similar.
So what was I felt like your threes in the first quarter and Danny's three at the end of the first half were key plays for you guys. Is there something else that sticks out for you?
The defense. Everybody brought it tonight, and I'm so proud of those guys. I don't even know what to say. I'm so proud of them.
So what's this team like? We saw that, the kid, a guy off the bench is the one that gets the plaque for you as senior.
Yeah.
We saw all of you guys down there as a senior group getting your pictures taken and cheering together. How close-knit is this team?
Oh, this team is so close together. We just had a relationship ever since first grade, and it's amazing.
So you got Liberty again?
I think, did they beat Route?
They did beat Route.
What was the score?
They won by 9, I think.
Oh, okay.
So they were up by 6 late, and then they got some free throws, I think. But Liberty's a pretty good ball club.
Yeah, they
but you guys were missing people, some of those meetings. They were missing people. So is this like you kind of know each other, but you kind of don't kind of deal?
Yeah, they got some shooters. Gannon Wolf, he shoots a lights out. Logan Robbins. They're all tall like Peoria Christian. They got like 3 big guys, and we're kind of undersized, so.
How important, speaking of that, how important was Eli Leisman tonight?
Oh, my gosh. He got so many offensive rebounds under putbacks. It was great. Oh, my gosh. That's what got me pumped up.
He played well tonight. Well, Ramsey, we'll let you get out of here. You're not only a fan or a standout in the live chat. You're getting screamed at and waved at and everything else from down here on the floor. And the smile is from ear to ear. Could you be any happier right now?
No, I can't. Oh, no, there's no way. I thank God every single day for this.
Well, we appreciate you coming up and letting us be a part of this run. Good luck next week, and hopefully we can see you in Champaign.
Oh, that'd
How
be
cool
great.
would that be to be in Champaign for the first time in
tease
25
me.
or 30 years?
Yeah, don't tease me. It's been a while. Not since 92.
You're one win away.
Oh,
it just takes one more. One more and you're there, right?
Yep.
Yep. Okay, Ramsey Fry, congratulations, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for coming and talking to us.
Thank you, guys.
That's Ramsey Fry talking to us there, and we'll show the floor a couple last minutes here. And guys, we said how happy they would be, and I think those three guys were as happy as we had advertised.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. And the big thing is take it all in. Take it all in. And nobody can take it away from you. And, he said Champaign and the state tournament and so forth, 30 years from now, they'll win the state. This game would have been the state championship.
Right. Daryl, what he mentioned, you said like third or fourth grade, Kelly. He said we've been friends since first grade.
Yep.
Small school basketball. I think half or 2/3 of those towns of Bowen and Plymouth and Augusta were all here tonight. And so it was amazing to see the crowd. It's amazing to see how many people were watching our stuff. You've said it, both of you have said it, this is what Class A basketball is all about, and it lived up to what we thought the hype was going to be.
I guess you just go back to the movie Hoosiers, huh?
Yeah.
Same environment. It was all here. Just a great environment. And for the kids, that's what it's all about. It's about these kids experiencing this. And even though Peoria Christian lost, it's the experience about being here. And, the big thing is the experience of Southeastern going down to Jacksonville and getting to play down there.
Yep.
One thing I can tell everybody that's going to be going to Jacksonville Monday, if you don't want to park 2 miles away, you better get there 2 hours before tip-off. There's just not a lot of parking at the bowl.
And that's a place that, I've never been there, I don't think.
Never been to the bowl,
I've never been to the bowl, I don't think. I was down to McKendree College. Is that down there?
Yeah.
One of the
no,
colleges
that's
down
in
there?
Lebanon.
Illinois
We did a game at Illinois College.
Illinois College then is what it was. Okay.
Back on when we were doing the radio days.
Yeah, that's been a long time ago.
Yeah.
That's been
Jacksonville's
15, 20
the
years
bowl.
ago.
That was the old Illinois College gym. It wasn't the Brunner Center wasn't built yet.
Yeah, it was an older gym. But
Yeah.
I knew it wasn't the bowl, but well, guys, I can't thank you enough for coming up here and doing these two games. Daryl doing these 2 games, Kelly doing these 3 games. And do you think these guys will ever go home?
There might be some, I'll bet there'll be some fire trucks and police trucks meeting them in each town tonight.
I bet you might be right. And it reminds me here of, it might be a deal where they turn the lights out on them to get them to leave as they're doing a little dance down there.
I think Coach Stevens had to do a dance for them.
That was part of the deal of winning, maybe. Kelly, did you ever have to do a dance, or did you dye your hair one year?
No, I got the mohawk.
You got the mohawk. That's what you
right.
did.
Yeah, I got the mohawk, and had my hair cut a couple times for big wins. But you got to do it for the kids. I mean, And the big thing is football is a little bit different than basketball. You're in that enclosed area. When you're football, you just put a hat on your head and go on out.
Nobody notices, right?
Yeah.
I can hide. It could be orange, and it doesn't matter, right?
Yeah, a little bit different, but
I want to thank John Burton for running the sideline camera, Miles Hewlett for doing the camera tonight as well, and doing some on the 3-point contest. For Jason Hewlett, who came and ran the board for me. I do appreciate that. For everybody at home, thank you very much. I do not anticipate us trying to do the super sectional. It's a really big fee to do that. So I don't think that we'll do that game. I suppose it's possible, but I highly, highly doubt it.
Well, I don't know, Dwayne. You mentioned this. I'll bet you them 3 communities might be able to come up with enough advertising money for you.
Well, I think that it's it'll end up costing me about $1,000 just to do the game. So if we could come up with that and the IHSA would let me do it, we could probably do it. But it'll take about that much for us to do it. So if you folks want to get a hold of us and you want us to do the sectional champion or the super sectional game, I'll see if the state will let us. How about that? It's all about getting the finances, and as much as I love doing this, because I do love doing it, it still costs us a lot of money to do it. So for Kelly Sears and Darrell Lippinson, for John, Miles, and Jason, I'm Dwayne Hewlett. Thanks for joining us tonight on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH and Ron Elby Auto Sales of Augusta and Macomb. Coverage of the IHSA Class 1A Sectional Championship. The Southeastern Suns are going to the Super Sectional. We'll see you later.